Hey and welcome back guys to a further tutorial of LECTURA Analytics. This time we're talking about how to spend the credit and how to actually work the tool, meaning applying filters, explaining a few values and basically working with it. So the last time I showed you what you can see up front before you click this evaluate button. So I'm not going to dig into this right now, but cut to the chase and evaluate this. In this case, 2011 JCB 3CX. It asked me to confirm one credit spent amounts to one valuation, and there we go. The fair market value, the auction value, and the extrapolation value, they're all there, roughly explained in the tutorial before. But if you would dig deeper into what exactly the fair market value range is, so meaning mainly driven by marketplace, transaction, and dealer data, as well as the auction value range, similar but based on auction results, and the extrapolation, a value line-based approach. Click the I to understand more details. Otherwise, just shoot us a support email or just give us a quick call. Okay, now we have three different ranges at hand. So you can find basically a sweet spot of the machine that you're going to buy or sell, and well, taking a lot of factors into account. For example, and the most obvious reason is if you would buy it on a marketplace or from a dealer or whatever, or sell it, or you would go to an auction to buy it or sell it, and so on and so on. What I'm going to do with you now is I'm going to change a lot of parameters on the left hand side here in the filter, and to show you the immediate real-time effect of the tool. This is one of the USPs that we have. So basically the core intelligence in the background will basically answer everything that you interpret here on the front end and give you an answer right there, right then. So basically digging very deep into the market analysis and price analysis of the respective model. So as you can see, the prices, for example, in the graph, they're also shown by now. You even have the option to show this in a table in order to, I don't know, make yourself a screenshot or something. But you can always download a certificate, as you've probably seen in the tutorials before, to store that respective data, but I will explain that later on as well. So also in the observations, you will find way more data than before. So next to the age of the machine and the country that we found the observation in, or the transaction in, you have the concrete price, and in case it's applicable, also the working hours. The machine availability by country and the specification cross-references have stayed the same. So let's go back to the most important part up here, the values. On the left hand side you have the filter, so drilling down into your personal scenario actually. So you have already chosen the machine age basically, which correlates with the year of manufacturing pretty closely. Then you chose a manufacturer, you chose a model. Next thing to do is the condition. You can change the condition within a range of 4. So from poor to excellent, we adjust the values accordingly, as you can see. Every time you change the filter, you can see our core intelligence engine working basically really hard on fetching the results and displaying it right away in the respective values above, and also in the graphical depiction below. We have a rather big data set now, so it takes some time. All right, there we go. So as you can see, the price ranges have changed according to the machine condition. So the next thing is, and we're actually provided with quite a lot of observations here for the fair market value as for the auction value the same. And so we're gonna get good results also in terms of let's say, before I dig into the working hours, the geographical effect on pricing. So local price levels, local pricing. And what we have created here for you is a multi-select drop-down menu. I think that's what you call it, where you have the option to either select every country, so basically take the huge model into account to create an average for you, a global average for you, or you can actually dig into the various observations that you actually also, sorry to jump a little here, found here before you even unlock the model. To cross-reference my tutorial from before, you can see how many observations you will find per country before you actually spend a credit on it, so that wouldn't be much of a surprise. So most likely you would dig down here very specifically. You can either choose it from the drop-down or maybe search for the country that you would like to buy or sell it in, and you will be provided with the let's say German price level of the JCB3CX. If you would like to, for example, go for a rather representative European pricing, you can add France, you can add maybe Denmark, you can add Czech Republic maybe, but probably rather lower values. Let's go for Austria as well. Just as an example for you. And you will see that the values will change accordingly, taking all those local prices into account even more. So, to drill even further down, we're going to select the operating hours of the machine that we're using, or buying, or selling, or investigating. Meaning, I will just type in 5,000 working hours to have a starting off point. By default, we show an average. So the average of all the observations that we have found. So for all these, by now about 30 million data points that the core intelligence of LECTURA Analytics has in place, we will find a close correlation between every single market price and correlate this with the operating hours, the country where we found it in, and also condition indicators. So as you can see, with 5,000 operating hours, even in good shape, we have decimated our prices significantly for the fair market value range, especially. I'm sorry. If we go to 1,500 working hours now, which is a rather low value, with a rather good shape of the machine, coming from where we have just seen, well, slightly above 10,000 euros, starting there at least, in the fair market value range, we will land at a higher price. There you go. And this is how you can basically play around according to the requirements that you're looking for. Compared to a value line, for example, it kind of just gives you a rough indication for, in this case, probably a backhoe loader, maybe from JCB. You have global values, you have a lot of, let's say, average analytical models, but we base our observations on so many market data points so that we can actually achieve this correlation and show it to you live in real time. And this is one of the major USPs of LECTURA Analytics, something that we're very proud of. So I encourage you to try it out, work with it, and well, let us know what you think. This is basically the whole magic behind it. And I will have a few more tutorials on a few special functions like my prices and accessories, how you work with it, and basically a few more haptical things. But this is how you use LECTURA Analytics mostly. Before I forget this, the last thing is downloading a certificate. So once you have come to an end, so to speak, so you have found your desired level of well, either abstraction or detail in terms of the pricing, you can download the certificate it will automatically generate it, a PDF in the background, which is now downloaded. There you go. And by opening it and saving it, you'll be able to archive your previously carried out search. So everything you could see on the front end before will be available in the PDF. And we remember, going back to our dashboard now, we can still see our latest search and the valuation that we just did for the 3CX, as well as the valuation certificate that I've just downloaded, and this will be stored in your account forever. So you can always go back to the PDF of this respective drill down of investigation from this place right here. Thank you very much for watching, and I would say happy appraising with LECTURA Analytics. Stay tuned for further tutorials, and goodbye.